Back in the old saddle, as they say. And today, we went over to Jonah's kitchen on Irby Street, right by the Julia Ford Cinema. See, I tell you, when you hit that corner, that it's smelling good up in here. Let's go inside. I don't want this thing to get away from me on time, so we're going to jump right into it. And we got a lot of food here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all this out. I'm going to tell you what we got, and then we're going to jump right into it. So we got a myriad of items here. We really do. We got an item they're calling their chicken 555. We got a dosa, which is like a crepe. We got the samosa. We've got smoked chicken curry. And we've got chili garlic cheese naan. Now, this is my second trip. This is my second trip to Jonah's kitchen. We went like last weekend or something like that. And it was really good. And for the sake of this video, I got items that I would normally not get. My go-to would be like butter chicken, hot. The chili garlic cheese naan, I got that. That'd probably be a staple for me. But anyways, I want to try some different stuff. So I got the smoked curry. I got this chicken 555. I got the dosa. Let's start with this samosa right here, though. This is a veggie samosa, so it's potato filled. Yeah. Pastry, potatoes, peas, might be some carrots, little veggies. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. There's a couple of things I want to get off my chest. All right, so off the rip, veggie samosa, really nice. See what's up with this dosa right here. This is like a crepe. Check this thing out. Which, if I remember correctly, this one was, so I think this lentil base goes with this, I think. I'm not really 100% sure. So that's seasoned. I don't know if you can see that. This is me stepping out and trying something I've not had. I'm not even sure if I'm eating this right. I'm not even 100% sure these two items go together. But I think they do. Yeah, because I could taste the lentils in there. That's right. The thing I love about Indian food, and we make, I actually made this comment last weekend, because we make a lot of Indian-inspired food at the house. And it's probably really, honestly, some of the most flavorful cuisine on the planet. So if you ever need to whip something up, right, in a hurry, low maintenance, but you want it to be very flavorful, Indian-inspired dishes would be the way to go. So this gives us now a second Indian restaurant in town. Obviously, you've got Flavors of India on Palmetto Street. And in my opinion, there's always room for a little bit more. I'm going to actually talk about that here in a minute. This is a very important thing. The other thing I want to do, too, is talk a little bit of Ice Cats hockey. All right, you see I got my shirt on. Got this one at the game Saturday night. I want to give y'all some thoughts, some things for you to think about. This is chicken 555, they call it. It's fried chicken pieces with all kinds of seasonings and spices going on. So this one is very interesting. So that's a creamy sauce they've got on there. Not really too spicy. Really nice cuts of chicken. I'm trying to think what it tastes like. Believe it or not, it's almost like an Alfredo chicken, but with the very subtle hint of Indian flavors and spices. Okay, chicken 555. So we're just going through and testing everything here, but this is what I'm going to camp on. This is going to be the meal right here, the smoked curry and the garlic cheese, chili garlic cheese naan. Yeah. All right, so let me get a little bite of this, and then we'll chat a little bit. I'm gonna do some comparison to our other local Indian restaurant. So I did have this the other day, and I got to tell you, this is nice. Talking about the bread right there, the naan. So they do give you rice with your curries. All right, so here's the deal. Couple of deals. One, this is excellent, particularly this right here. The samosa that we had at the beginning, really good for me. And then this right here. This would be my meal, right? So I can already tell you, I've been there twice, and they're doing a good job over at Jonah's, for sure. But this is not to slight Flavors of India. Flavors of India on Palmetto. Remember, we did a video right here on that restaurant. That's, as I stated in that video, one of our favorites in town. This does not change that. So here's the problem, right? This is what one of the couple things I want to mention on this video today to y'all is while I've got your attention. All right. We in Florence, I believe, mishandle the subject of competition. I don't think that we know how to handle it. And so it's all too common that if somebody has a particular favorite restaurant of a certain style of cuisine, they find it necessary to shut down, just wholesale reject the other restaurant in town of similar style of cuisine. This is pointless. This is counterproductive, as a matter of fact. Why? Because it's these same people that will say at different times how they want more options. You err if you think that options just means different styles of cuisine, albeit that's important. We didn't have Indian food, access to Indian food in Florence for a very long time. Then Flavors of India came along, at least as a mainstay, you know. And now we have a second option. This is a good thing. This means that a market for a particular genre of food or style of cuisine can maintain. That's what that indicator tells you. That's a good thing. That's what you want. Name for me a city that doesn't have varieties within one style of cuisine. You want to have that. That means you got a healthy marketplace for at least that particular style of food. So if your favorite restaurant is restaurant A that serves this type of food, and restaurant B is not your go-to, you should still want restaurant B to succeed. So please stop making such a strong effort to make sure that people understand that you like restaurant A so much better than restaurant B. And if you would get off of that train, the competition train, my restaurant's better than yours train. You don't even own the restaurant. Like, are they paying you? These people don't pay me. What you would find is that you like things at restaurant B also. And now with that said, I'm going to give you an example. So I did go to Jonah's last week and give it a shot, and I got some of my normals. Like I said, I would normally get butter chicken hot as they can make it. A lot of times I would get a biryani, all right? So here's what I've found. I found the butter chicken at Jonah's actually, for me, to be preferable to the butter chicken I'm accustomed to getting at Flavors of India. At least on that day, I was like, wow, this is actually a little bit better in my opinion. But I also got their chicken biryani that day, and while it was good, don't get me wrong, I do not think it was better than Flavors of India. The naan's a toss-up. They're both good. How can you go wrong with naan? But I think that this particular one, I don't think Flavors of India has the same combination. I guess you could get it. But anyways, it's a toss-up. They're both good. So here's my question. Why can't both restaurants do well? And if I like items at this one over that one, isn't it better that I have two different Indian options now instead of one? I think the obvious answer is yes. So I'm trying to encourage you, all right? We got to get out of this competition, loyalty mindset that's not even logical. Like, you can be loyalty to the entire town. Did you ever consider that? You could do that, and that would be more to the benefit of the many. So, yeah, with that being said, though, back to this. Smoked curry. When I got the butter chicken last week and they had smaller pieces of chicken, these are much bigger. So I don't know what the change up was on that, or if it's just with this particular one they put bigger pieces in. I like the smaller pieces better personally. But this is good. I mean, you're talking about something that's packed all the way with flavor. Look at that. And they are using chicken thighs instead of those big chunks of chicken breasts. Me personally, for dishes like this, I think that's a good move. And so while I eat this, let's talk a little ice cats real quick, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to recap all these items and give you my final thoughts on Jonah's Kitchen. Didn't make it to the opening game on Friday night. Made it to the game Saturday night. Had a great time. Been looking at the feedback. Want to give some thoughts to you. So I'm going to give you some positives and some negatives. Don't worry, the negatives are not really that bad, and they're already being addressed. And I noticed this Friday night watching the broadcast on YouTube, which, by the way, they've started their own YouTube channel. You can watch the games live. They've got a weekly show that they're doing. Really good job what they're trying to do with that. But yeah, I did notice watching that game Friday when I got back to the house that the lighting wasn't that great. Good news, they've already said they're addressing this, and it should be done, sometime before the year's over. Is what it sounds like. So they know the lighting can be improved. They understand that, and they are working on it. But yeah, the lighting improvement. The other thing I was thinking is, unless you're really, because some people like kids or people that just really like maybe never been to a hockey game or whatever, shoot, even if you have, it can be hard to follow the puck sometimes. Sometimes a goal gets scored and you don't even know what happened until you hear the people reacting. So some kind of light and alarm, whenever a goal is scored, which you normally a lot of times see at a hockey game. And it's my understanding too that they're going to implement that as well. So these are presentation things, and then some entertainment things too, like in between periods, intermissions. They do have a mascot, and that mascot should maybe be there by the next game. I don't know. So I mean, they're addressing some of that as well. And then the last thing is, I'm hard on concessions. Concessions just, we were at the Eagles-Cowboys game to open the NFL season. If you go up to the link, the concessions up there they're good. Like they're like, I would say, high end. I'll put it that way, high end concessions. And even with that, they're not great, especially for the price. So it's just part of it. My recommendation, eat before you go and then snack at an event. But yeah, sure, if they could improve some things on the concessions, and Scott was on the podcast, we talked about concessions. I think that's something that's definitely on his radar. That would be good too. But the reality is, with at least most of these things, they've already acknowledged that they're working on them. And then beyond that, or I would say, especially because of that, those are not reasons to not attend. So I'm going to get on y'all again. A lot of y'all complain about not having things to do. I messaged somebody and was like, yo, you going to the hockey game? Nah, I don't like hockey. No, you're missing it. We have a professional sports team, regardless of level, here in Florence at our arena that we're hosting. So this provides an activity, good, clean fun to go do. And you might find that you get into it, and it's not because you were a hockey fan. It's because you enjoy getting out and doing things, and you enjoy being out and involved in the things that your community has to offer, i.e. something to do. And the more that they do improve on these areas, mind you, they've only played 2 games. This thing just got announced earlier this year. You're talking about you're talking about a brand new sporting team in town. A lot of these guys just got into town. They haven't even been in Florence but a few months in terms of people that are actually responsible for the product, right? So have some patience, man. Give it some time. But what I'm saying is, this is a good, positive thing. And for those of us that were fans of the Pride back in the day, obviously you enjoy the opportunity to have this team in Florence. We get that. But what I'm saying is, those that know nothing about it, you really have reasons to go support this, because yet again, it's kind of the same thing with the restaurants. Even if you don't like hockey, and even if you don't feel like that would be a good time, if you've got nothing else to do, it's pretty affordable. You go to a game with your friends, you might enjoy it more than you think. But even in doing that, you're supporting the team. I encourage you to speak positively about having this hockey team in town, whether you ever are going to go to a game or not, to have a positive attitude, because you have become a big picture person. And what you've learned to do is realize that having this here is yet another piece of the puzzle, like 2 Indian restaurants or 3 Italian restaurants, or insert whatever else you feel like there's too much of or something that doesn't interest you personally. And you begin to realize that all of these are pieces to a puzzle in what is building a more robust community. How you like that? Me personally, I had a great time. And here's what, I'm going to tell y'all a little secret, all right? It wasn't the quality of play, although I'm saying nothing negative about the quality of play. I don't want to get beat up by some hockey players, but it wasn't about that. It wasn't, especially not on opening weekend, about the presentation. You know what it was? I was in an arena with 3,000 or so of my fellow Florentians, Flowtown people. And for many of us, there was a nostalgia element in the room. And I could feel that, you know? But even for those that don't have any memories from the PD Pride, you know, back 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, these were still our locals, whether they're natives or transplants. And we were there together, enjoying something as a group of, 3,000 plus. And then the night before that was like almost double that. Tell me something. Right now in Florence, where else can you do that? Where can you get together with 2, 3, 4, 5,000 of your fellow citizens in your community and do that? That's what I enjoyed. Now, granted, I do like hockey. I'm a sports guy. I like sports in general. And I like hockey. Hockey would be in my top 4. And there was a lot of great quality of play. Watching those guys fly up and down the ice, there's some skill out there for sure. And the presentation will improve. There are people that are dedicated to making it good. As an example, we did have Scott Brand on the podcast, the general manager of the hockey team. If you want to learn more about the team and what the vision is, go watch the podcast. This is why we do that podcast. This is why it's literally called A Place for the Community to Gather. That's a place where you could go meet the people that are part of your community and hear directly from them who they are, what they stand for, what they're about, what their vision, what their purpose is, all of that stuff. And Scott was on. What better way to learn about, the plans for this hockey team? We've had Mayor Barnes on. We've had all kind of people on there. So, God willing, we'll keep doing that. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, for you want people to get to know you, reach out to me. It was never designed for any particular class or group of people, which is another thing. Thing that I like to see is things that are for everybody, from the mayor to the janitor, and everybody in between. Everybody has a place in this thing we call our community. So the bottom line is, I think they're off to a great start, and it's only going to improve. Go out to a hockey game. Even if you don't like hockey, who cares? Probably more than half the people in that arena last weekend on either night could not name one NHL player currently to you. I would bet that. But what you do like is getting out of the house, going to do something with other people in your community. You may have a good time. You'd be surprised. And yes, if you're not following the podcast, this is not a podcast. This is me sitting down, eating food, running my mouth, talking to you and reviewing it. If you haven't listened to the podcast, you get to hear from people in your community that you're passing by every day. Definitely make sure you check that out, because you may find out that you'd have reasons to be interested in things that you never thought you would. Hearing from Scott himself may motivate you, encourage you, entice you to want to go to a game. Just don't put ketchup on your hot dog. With that said, let's recap some of this food real quick. This is really good. I like the smaller pieces of chicken better personally, and because I'm sitting here in the studio with a microphone in front of me, it's kind of difficult. I don't have a knife and a bowl and all that, so I'm just going to save that till I get home and I can eat it more comfortably. Oh, this is good, though. It's super rich, tomatoey, it's smoky, packed with flavor. I definitely recommend the samosas. I've had the lamb. I had the lamb last time. That was really good. But that veggie samosa is nice. Really nice. I kind of want to eat the other one, but I'm going to save it. For me, now that I've been 2 times, I would say that the butter chicken is slamming. Get the butter chicken. Get it as hot as you can tolerate it. And that was really good. I would give the edge to their butter chicken over Flavors of India. I would give Flavors of India the edge on their rice over Jonah's. But, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. Granted, if you're the restaurant owner, you want to hear, oh, everything I serve is better than everybody else's. But that's not realistic. That's not how things work. And not only that, but they're not paying me. So you want me to say that, then you write me a check. But otherwise, we just go sit here and tell the truth. And I think our local restaurant owners know that I love and appreciate them. They understand that. That's the nature of business. If me and you both have a restaurant, I may have an item that's better than yours. You have an item that's better than mine. It's all good. What our people need to understand is you can go to my restaurant and theirs. That's the bigger issue. Come get the item that I do well. Go get the item that they do well. It's not rocket science. So I think sometimes we have this ill-advised loyalty that's fixed to usually not much to a fault. So again, I'm just encouraging y'all to think big picture, man. Jonah's Kitchen is a huge addition to the town. We now have a second Indian restaurant in Florence, South Carolina. This is a big deal. I don't know how else to say it. It's a big deal. We have a professional hockey team in Florence. This is as of 2025. We had the first Indian restaurant, but now we've got a second one. We've got a hockey team. Hockey is back. Many people in Florence that will come to Florence will never know that we ever even had a hockey team. So from that standpoint, it's new. Our leaders in Florence and our entrepreneurs are bold go-getters, the type of people that would start a restaurant, such as Jonah's Kitchen, and our elected officials, so on and so on, are really doing their part to give us an opportunity to have nice things. Don't blow it. Jonah's Kitchen is good. They got a bunch of stuff on their menu I got to continue to try. Another thing that I've been trying to do, especially the last couple of years of my life, is like not always get the same stuff. I saw somebody make a comment in the group yesterday. Last thing I'll say, they were like, yo, you should make a sampler with a bunch of items that you feel strongly about from your menu. He was saying this to restaurant owners because he said, I went to a certain new restaurant a couple of times and he was like, I'm not going to go back because I can't spend, $40 a trip to find something I finally like. Totally understand that. I'm not going to speak to other people's budget. And therefore, I thought it was a really good idea. Because a lot of times we don't have the luxury to be able to go out to eat every day at these places. And so when you finally do go to a place that you like, you just want to get what you know that you like because you don't want to waste a trip, Totally understand that. So I've been trying to try different things, much like I did today on this video, but really, I really agree with the commenter. It would be easier if I could select one $15 item that gives me a sample of the 5 different things that I tried, and then that way I know, okay, I really like this. Then I can add that to my rotation. So man, I hope this was thorough. I feel like I didn't camp on the review part a lot today. It's hard, man. I don't want to make a 45-minute video. You don't want to watch a 45-minute video. I was trying to communicate a couple of different things. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like. If you've watched this far and you're not subscribed to the channel, please, for Pete's sake, hit subscribe. It costs you nothing. It takes less than 1 second to click it, and you'll even burn a calorie or two probably. And it helps us out tremendously. By the way, don't forget, when the channel hits 5,000 subscribers, we are going to give away $1,000 worth of gift cards to local restaurants here in Florence. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because somebody locally that's subscribed to the channel and a member of the Florence Foodies Facebook group is going to win that $1,000 in gift cards to locally owned restaurants, courtesy of the Florence Foodies. We always love and appreciate y'all. I think we got some really good stuff coming up down the pipeline. Hope y'all stay tuned. As always, we appreciate your viewership, and God willing, we'll see you on the next one. Go check out Jonah's Kitchen.
Thank you.